So one thing we wanted to do was we developed a really close relationship with some of the girls, some of the senior commanders' wives who've come out since about 2005. Some of them we met immediately after they came out, and we just kept going back and speaking with them and learning from them. And some of them started joining us on our research and helping be interpreters with other girls. Like, it was very useful to work with some of the girls to access other girls and get them to open up and talk. And what we noticed is a lot of them had these leadership skills that they had learned in the bush. Because they had been married to the senior commanders, they were also in charge of other wives, right? So they were the sort of women in charge of other women, the women's groups. And what we found were a lot of the girls and the women, after they had come out of the bush, looked up to them and continued to look to them for leadership. So what we'd like to do next is actually sit down and do like a life history with some of these senior commanders' wives, women who'd been married to war criminals for the last 10, 15 years, and get their unique insight and perspective into the LRA, but also life after the LRA. And to take note of especially the resilience that they have, the strength they must have, and they must have had to live through 10, 15 years of captivity, and to still want to continue to go on and make a better life for their children afterwards. I mean, these women, despite the odds, work like hell to make sure their kids can go to school, and they still talk about a better future. And they also have done hugely courageous things. One of the girls that we worked with, Evelyn, she was one of the favored wives of Joseph Kony. She, during the peace talks, went back 3 or 4 times with the traditional and religious leaders to try and talk Joseph Kony into laying down his arms. And it was amazing to see her work. She sometimes would make jokes like, "Come on, Joseph, you know, I'm going to find another man if you don't come out under this peace deal." And you know, just amazing courage and resilience. And this needs to be recognized. So that's one reason we want to really work with them to write down their life histories. And I think also to blow apart assumptions about girls and women only being victims. That after you've been raped, that's basically all that defines who you are. Because they're much, much more than that. And potentially they're the future leaders if you can provide the right recognition and space. So that's our next project.